Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lover Society with me, Gert Retief. Night, sample night again, still traveling. Not a good day today. Had a little bit of an upset stomach. So yeah, maybe I'm going to kill some of the germs with my Redbreast 12-year-old bottled at 40% ABV. It's not a natural color, so definitely some color added to it. And of course, there is definitely some chill filtration going on at 40% ABV. Matured in seasoned bourbon cask, and of course, seasoned Spanish Oloroso sherry butts. So I do expect a little bit of a sweetness and a little bit of a bourbony note. So quite looking forward to trying this one. Definitely not ticking any boxes with regards to the ABV and the chill filtration and of course the color added, but I've got hopes for this one. It does have a mash bill of malted and unmalted barley and of course triple distilled the good old Irish way. So I did pour this one. This is a sample bottle. You can see if I did add color, definitely not a lot of color to it. I'm not sure if you can see. So I did pour it maybe some 10 minutes ago. Don't have a proper nosing glass, but from my previous video, I do realize you get a lot of notes coming out of this big glasses anyway. So on the nose, and I would tell you, give it a little bit of time in a glass before you do the nosing and tasting. That 12-year-old also needs a little bit time to breathe, although there is well, it's watered down to 40% ABV, but I can tell you it does have a lovely nose to it, and I was quite surprised, well, pleasantly surprised when I first tried this one. So it is definitely sherried, but it's not a sherry monster. It's a lovely light sweetness, and then I get quite a lot of oaky notes and a little light perfumey note that comes out. Even at that 40% ABV and with this big rimmed glass, it feels a little bit stronger, feels a little bit maybe 43, maybe even 46% ABV. So the alcohol level is definitely there. But then that a little bit of a toffee and a little bit of a fruity note. A little bit of an overripe apple or a homemade apple juice or apple sauce. So that sweetness and a little bit of that overripe apple note coming through. I kind of like that little funky note that's on the back. And I must admit, I do like that little bit of an oakiness that reminds me of a woodwork shop. That reminds me a little bit of a dusty oaky note. A little bit earthy. And it becomes a sweeter every time that I do go back to it. I also get a little bit of a vanilla note. It's a little bit like a creamy custard vanilla. And it becomes more and more recognizable every time that I go back. That little, almost like a Bailey's creamy note that I get. That is really nice. And definitely not a complex one, but it is just inviting, friendly, soft, sweet on the nose. And a little bit of a, like a charred oaky note coming out. Oh, it is really nice. I can sit there and smell it all evening. It is just nice, soft and friendly, but you have to drink it as well. So cheers. That vanilla is definitely coming through. That sweetness of the vanilla coming through. A little bit reminds me a little bit of a vanilla ice cream. So that creaminess, that little bit of a Bailey's note coming out. And I think I've got Bailey's on my mind. but I think this is really nice. On the taste, it is definitely 40%, so not a lot of alcohol on it. The sweetness is there, a little bit of a toffee note, a little bit of a raisiny note, but definitely not a sherry monster coming out. I still get that a little bit of that fruity note, a little bit of an apple note, maybe also a little bit of a Chinese pear, that small round pears, so I also get that, which is quite pleasant. Not hot on the alcohol, just want to make sure. There's a little bit of a ginger note coming through. There's a little bit of a cinnamon note, but not much. It just nicely covers the mouth. There's a lovely sweetness, almost no oak, even on the sip number 2. So 12 years well managed casks, so that it doesn't impart too much of the oaky notes. Just want to make sure about that. I keep on going back, so it must be good. This is going to be quite a dangerous one. I keep on going back. It feels like the vanilla is just building up. It feels exactly the same if you take a glass of Baileys, or even from South Africa, if you take a glass of Amarula and you drink it, and that aftertaste, that creamy aftertaste, this is what I get in this Redbreast 12-year-old. Now, I've tried the Redbreast Listowel, liked it, but I think I like this one way more than the Listowel. So this is definitely something that I would recommend. Cheers. I just want to go back and I want to drink some more and more and more. Yeah, I've got a little bit of the sample left, and I've got a little bit in this glass. Well, it maybe feels like a little bit, but it's quite a big glass. So all in all, about 60 milliliters. So that's me on the Redbreast 12-year-old Irish whiskey. It might not have ticked all the boxes, but I can tell you, once you've tasted it, you're not going to care about any of the boxes. So give it a try. So leave a comment and tell me, what do you think about the 12-year-old Redbreast? And is it something that you would recommend to your friends? And of course, as usual, please remember to like and subscribe, and I see you next time. Cheers.